In the bustling city of Kolekuma, Nigeria, a business conference was in full swing. The hall buzzed with the sounds of eager conversations, laughter, and the occasional clink of glasses. Among the sea of suits and formal attire, one man stood out. His name was Owe, a tall and distinguished gentleman with a commanding presence. He was well respected in the business world, but few knew that he was also the prince and the only heir to the throne of the Izon Kingdom. Across the room, a young white lady named Catherine James had just arrived. She was an entrepreneur from London, attending the conference to expand her business horizons. Catherine James was captivated by the vibrant energy of Kolekuma and was eager to make meaningful connections. As she made her way through the crowd, her eyes met Owe's. There was an instant connection, a spark that neither could deny. Owe, always the gentleman, approached Catherine James with a warm smile. "Good evening, I'm Owe," he introduced himself, extending his hand. "Catherine James," she replied, shaking his hand. "It's a pleasure to meet you." They spent the evening talking, sharing stories of their lives, their ambitions, and their cultures. Owe was impressed by Catherine James's intelligence and adventurous spirit, while Catherine James was drawn to Owe's charisma and depth. As the night wore on, they realized they had more in common than they could have imagined. Over the next few days, Owe and Catherine James spent every free moment together. They explored the city, dined at local restaurants, and attended more business meetings. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Owe was enchanted by Catherine James's openness and her genuine interest in his culture, while Catherine James admired Owe's sense of responsibility and his deep connection to his heritage. One evening, as they walked along the waterfront, Owe decided it was time to share a part of his life that he had kept hidden. "Catherine James, there's something I need to tell you," he began, taking her hand in his. "I come from a place called the Izon Kingdom. It's a small, yet beautiful place with a rich history. And I'm its prince, the only heir to the throne." Catherine James was taken aback. She had sensed there was something special about Owe, but this revelation was beyond her wildest dreams. "You're a prince," she repeated, astonished. Owe nodded. "Yes. I wanted you to know because I care about you deeply. And if we are to have a future together, you should know all of me." Catherine James smiled, squeezing his hand. "Owe, it doesn't matter to me if you're a prince or not. I care about you for who you are." Moved by her words, Owe invited Catherine James to visit his homeland. He wanted her to see the place he loved so dearly and meet his family. Catherine James eagerly accepted, excited to learn more about Owe's world. A week later, they traveled to the Izon Kingdom. The journey was filled with breathtaking landscapes and the vibrant culture of Owe's people. As they arrived in the kingdom, Catherine James was greeted with open arms by the royal family and the community. She was amazed by the warmth and hospitality of the people, and she quickly fell in love with the rich traditions and customs of the Izon Kingdom. Owe's parents, the king and queen, were delighted to meet Catherine James. They saw the love in their son's eyes and welcomed Catherine James as one of their own. During their stay, Catherine James learned about the responsibilities that came with being a part of the royal family, and she embraced them wholeheartedly. In a grand ceremony filled with music, dance, and celebration, Owe and Catherine James were married. The entire kingdom rejoiced, celebrating the union of two souls from different worlds. Catherine James wore a beautiful traditional dress adorned with intricate patterns, and Owe looked regal in his royal attire. As they exchanged vows, they promised to honor and cherish each other, bridging their worlds with love and understanding. Their love story became a legend in the Izon Kingdom, a tale of faith, love, and unity. Owe and Catherine James ruled with wisdom and compassion, drawing strength from their diverse backgrounds. They worked together to bring prosperity and harmony to the kingdom, becoming a symbol of hope and unity for their people. The initial years of Owe and Catherine James's marriage were blissful. They ruled the Izon Kingdom with compassion and unity, their bond growing stronger each day. However, as time passed, the pressure of producing an heir to the throne began to weigh heavily on them. Despite their efforts, Catherine James was unable to conceive. Owe's closest friends, many of whom were prominent figures in the kingdom, had all started families of their own. Their wives bore children, and some were pregnant again. Each new birth was a cause for celebration, and the palace was often filled with the sounds of laughter and the cries of newborns. These joyous occasions, however, became a painful reminder for Catherine of her own inability to conceive. Whispers spread through the kingdom. The elders, concerned for the future of the Izon lineage, approached Owe. One evening, the council gathered in the grand hall, their faces somber and resolute. "Owe, my son," began Chief Amgberi, the eldest of the council. "The future of our kingdom depends on the continuation of our royal bloodline. You must consider taking another wife to ensure we have an heir." Owe's heart sank. He loved Catherine James deeply and couldn't imagine a life without her. But the weight of his duty to his people bore down on him. When Owe shared the council's decision with Catherine James, her heart shattered. Though she understood the importance of an heir, the thought of Owe with another woman was unbearable. Despite her pain, Catherine James put on a brave face, but inside, she felt lost and alone. The Izon Kingdom was known for its rich cultural heritage, lush landscapes, and vibrant wildlife. Among the many animals that inhabited the region, one creature stood out. A majestic pet crocodile named Kanu Kanu had been a part of the royal family for years, a gift to Owe from a neighboring kingdom. Despite his fearsome appearance, Kanu was loyal and gentle, particularly towards Owe and, surprisingly, Catherine. As she walked deeper into the woods, she heard a faint sound, soft cries, almost like whispers carried by the wind. Following the sound, Catherine James came upon a small clearing. There, lying on a bed of leaves, were two tiny babies, swaddled in simple cloth. Catherine James's heart leaped. She looked around, but there was no sign of anyone nearby. The babies continued to cry, their faces scrunched up in distress. Without hesitation, she scooped them up into her arms, their cries softening as they nestled against her. Then she looked up aside and found the young mother of the children lying helplessly. Catherine James knew she had been given a gift, a sign. She hurried back to the palace, her mind racing with questions, but her heart filled with a newfound hope. When she arrived, Owe rushed to her side, worry etched on his face. "Catherine James, where have you been? I was so worried." She held up the twins, tears of relief and joy streaming down her face. "I found them, Owe. In the forest. They were abandoned, and I couldn't leave them." Owe stared at the babies in astonishment. "Are they?" Catherine James nodded, her voice trembling with emotion. "They are ours now. We can raise them as our own." The news spread through the kingdom, and the people rejoiced. They saw the twins as a blessing, a miracle bestowed upon their rulers. The elders, too, recognized the significance of this event and accepted the children as part of the royal family. The twins, named Ebia and Tamuno, grew up surrounded by love. Catherine James and Owe raised them with the values of compassion, strength, and unity. Catherine James's heart healed as she poured her love into her new role as a mother, finding joy in every moment with her children. The kingdom flourished under Owe and Catherine James's reign. Their story of love, trials, and miracles became a cherished legend, reminding all of the power of faith and the belief that even in the darkest times, hope could be found. And so, the Izon Kingdom thrived, its future secured by the love and resilience of its rulers, and the legacy of Ebia and Tamuno, the miracle twins who brought light to their lives. One hot afternoon, Catherine decided to take a bucket to the river that flowed near the palace. The children loved playing by the water, and Catherine enjoyed watching them splash around and explore the banks. The river was a vital part of the kingdom, providing sustenance and joy to its people. As she reached the riverbank, Catherine set up a small picnic while the children were playing on the river. The soothing sound of flowing water and the laughter of children brought a smile to her face. Unbeknownst to them, Kanu had been following from a distance, keeping a watchful eye on his beloved family. Suddenly, the peaceful afternoon took a frightening turn. A small girl called Ebi, chasing a colorful butterfly, ventured too close to the river's edge and slipped into the fast-moving current. Panic gripped Catherine as she saw her struggling in the water. Without a second thought, she dove in after her, the current quickly pulling them both downstream. Just as Catherine's strength began to wane, Kanu emerged from the depths of the river, cutting through the water with powerful strokes. His eyes were focused and determined. He reached Catherine and Ebia in moments, nudging Catherine with his snout and positioning himself so she could grasp onto his back. Grateful and desperate, Catherine held onto Kanu with one arm while clutching Ebi with the other. The mighty crocodile turned and began swimming towards the shore, cutting through the current with ease. Catherine could feel the power of Kanu's muscles beneath her, his determination to save them unwavering. As they reached the shore, Catherine collapsed onto the grass, gasping for breath but clutching Ebi tightly. Kanu lingered nearby, his watchful eyes ensuring they were safe. Owe, alerted by the commotion, arrived at the riverbank with several palace guards. His heart pounded in his chest as he saw Catherine and Ebi safe but exhausted. He rushed to their side, gathering them into his arms. Kanu's eyes met Owe's, and if a crocodile could show affection, Kanu did. He let out a low, rumbling sound, a sign of his contentment and loyalty. Owe knelt beside Kanu, gently stroking the crocodile's rough skin. "Thank you, Kanu," Catherine whispered, still catching her breath. "You saved us. You truly are our guardian." From that day forward, Kanu was celebrated as a hero throughout the Izon Kingdom. Stories of the brave crocodile who saved the queen and the young princess spread far and wide. Kanu's bond with Catherine grew even stronger, and he became an even more cherished member of the royal family. Catherine often visited the river with Kanu by her side, feeling a deep sense of gratitude and connection to the magnificent creature. She knew that their bond was unique, a testament to the extraordinary loyalty and love that transcended the boundaries between human and animal. The Izon Kingdom continued to prosper until this day. As the children grew up, Catherine James got pregnant. Children liked playing around her. She became happy that she will finally produce an heir to the throne. Catherine gave birth to her female child, and she was disappointed as female children cannot serve as rulers in the kingdom. After 3 years, Catherine got pregnant again and gave birth to a male child, and behold, the child is black too. Catherine knew now that no one would discriminate him and that he would turn out to be a successful king. Their love story became a legend in the Izon Kingdom, a tale of faith, love, and unity. Owe and Catherine James ruled with wisdom and compassion, drawing strength from their diverse backgrounds. They worked together to bring prosperity and harmony to the kingdom, becoming a symbol of hope and unity for their people.